Hey guys, this is Jesse Moore with Pickett Street Properties and Keller Williams Realty in Bothell. We are headed to an investment property of mine in Lynnwood, Washington. This was purchased at trustee's sale in Snohomish County, end of August 2010. 10 days after we purchased it, the former occupants or the former homeowners, they left and they took with them the cabinets and the countertops and the doors and the door casings and the baseboard trim and the carpet and the furnace, and you get the idea. So we basically walked into a shell of a house in 10 to 12 days after we bought the property at auction in Snohomish County. And my stomach hit the floor, and we we picked ourselves up and we dusted ourselves off, and we started the process, and we filed an insurance claim, and that took 8 to 10 weeks. And once we got a settlement check, we used those funds to rehabilitate the home and get it ready to go on the market. So I'll pick this up when we get there, and I'll show you the place before the stager comes to take all of the furniture away. So I'll show you how it looks in its best state. Alright, this is the exterior of the home in Lynnwood, our first investment property. We did not do much to the exterior of this. Essentially, all we did is replace the front doors and with more modern doors that let a little more light through, and then we did replace the garage doors. So we also had our landscaper do the landscaping, which greatly helped. But I guess you can tell, we did, after we were on contract for about 2 weeks, we did get a buyer, and we ended up being under contract, and as a result of their home inspection, we ended up having to replace the roof. So that was an extra $5,500 that we hadn't planned on. This property has a lot of parking, off-street parking, and so that was one of the enticements to this. It also has room for RV parking or boat parking, so that's something that appealed to us. In the back, there was some rickety stairs, or some rickety rails for the stairs up to the terrace backyard, and we removed those. The fence is in disrepair, but we consider that to be of minimal importance, so we didn't do much with the fence. On the back of this house, there was a covered, the deck itself was covered with that fiberglass, white trash ghetto stuff, and so we took that off and we did paint the deck. And then we also replaced the gutters because they were in rough shape overall, and we wanted to give the house a clean line as people looked at it from the street and in the back. I also want to point out some things as we discuss this, what we didn't do. If you'll notice, this walkway has cracked and settled right here, and so essentially the only thing we could have done there is to have slab jacked or raised the walkway, or we could have broken this apart and redid it completely. And we really just felt that it was expensive, and if a buyer had asked for it, we may have considered it, but we didn't want to go to the expense without it maybe being necessary. And in this case, the buyers did not have a complaint about that whatsoever, so we did not have to address that. Alright, this is the entry to our split-level flip in Lynnwood. New tile on the entry, new carpet on the stairs. The first thing you probably noticed was the wrought iron railing, which that was our addition. When we walked in, there was nothing there. There used to be a pony wall there with drywall, and they removed it when they left. So hardwoods in the living room and in the dining room. Originally, they were stained a maple color. The kitchen floor was tile, but it was broken in several places. There was actually, if you know anything about split-level kitchens, most commonly they are enclosed by 2 more walls where the island would be. And so we took those walls out and we opened up the kitchen to make more of a great room style floor plan, which was highly desirable for the buyers that came to the property. The fireplace was original for the most part. We didn't do any of the stonework. They actually took a crowbar and tore off some of the edging stonework, and we had to put that back in place. We had to add the mantle, and then the hearth was floating above a parquet floor, so we enclosed that. There was crown molding throughout the house. The homeowners took that as well when they left. So we reinstalled the crown molding rather than repairing the drywall. We thought that was a better alternative. We added a lot of lighting. This pendant is new. This track above the island is new. There was no, save for the one above the kitchen sink, there was no recessed lighting in the kitchen. We added recessed lighting to the living room as well. There was just lamp lighting in here, as is common with this floor plan and the age of the home. And then we did recessed lighting down the hallway also. Kitchen cabinets are cherry stained cabinets. These are new because the homeowners took the cabinets with them. China black granite slab countertops. We added the island to create some separation between the dining room and the living room, and to also for entertaining purposes. All stainless steel appliances, and we did stub in a gas line to have a gas range, and then undermount sink. And then we elected to do the pantry cabinets on the kitchens. Alright, moving on down the hallway. To our left will be the guest bathroom, full guest bathroom. We did new tile floors. You'll see the new bathroom cabinets, granite slab countertops, new shower surround. We added a large mirror. Bathrooms look funky without mirrors, that's for sure. Look at that, new thermostat. One thing I think flippers make a mistake doing is leaving old thermostats and old outlets in a home. This is the master bedroom. We didn't do much in here. We painted, we added the baseboard trim and new carpet. This is a master bath. This floor was existing. In hindsight, we may have wanted to have replaced it, but it wasn't an issue for buyers. This is a new cabinet, new countertops, and then a new shower surround in this room as well. Two guest rooms. Didn't do much here. Paint, lighting fixtures, trim, and carpet. All new doors and hardware throughout the home, since the owners took that as well. Downstairs. We did not do anything really to this room. You'd be surprised. This tile was all done previously to our ownership. This is a jetted tub that was not functional. The buyers of this property asked that we make it functional, and we did so. We did add recessed lighting above the washer and dryer hookups. And then they did take the bathroom cabinet. So we added the cabinet, countertop, and mirror. One thing I'll say is that when we purchased the property, when we started rehabbing the place, we had a leak generated by the leaky valve in the kitchen, and that caused it to rain from this ceiling, and all the drywall up above came down, and so we did have to rehab the drywall and paint in this room. This is a family room. Fireplace was existing. We wrapped it with new millwork. We decided to color the pop out with an accent color. New baseboard, new paint throughout the entire house, floor to ceiling. This room, this used to be a man door on this wall, solid man door. And we thought about taking the wall out completely. We decided that perhaps it was more functional to add a playroom or an office. And so we made these French doors to allow light from one end of the house to the other. So we did stage this as an office. Put in the track lighting just so there was separate lighting. What's interesting is you'll see there's heat registers in this room. There were not heat registers in the primary family room, so we added those. And then also in the guest bath, there was no heat, so we added those registers also. In the garage, new garage doors, existing opener. We replaced that window because it was broken when we bought the home. New furnace and new hot water heater. Again, they were removed prior to us taking possession. Then lastly, as far as these doors go, originally there was these knobby 70s style doors here with 100 coats of paint on them, and we decided to replace the doors at considerable expense. We wanted more light in the entryway because it is the Northwest and we don't get a lot of sunshine as it is. And so this was just something we wanted to add a little modern touch to. And I think it ties in well with the wrought iron railing. So that's the place. We bought it for $208,000. We put it under contract for $300,000, and it sold for a net to the sellers of $290,000. Me and my business partner should make about $32,000 total on this property, so $16,000 a piece, which is pretty good for our first investment, and especially considering everything that we had to go through. So as stressful as an experience as you can imagine, and we're still each going to make about $16,000. So see you on the flip side.